Good morning, young black women. I'm coming to you this morning with a public service announcement. There are a lot of you right now who are going to be giving birth to beautiful new lives in the next few weeks, months, maybe years from now. Someone you love or know may be pregnant right now and expecting a new life. The public service announcement is to let you know something that is extremely important about your unborn children. If you are a woman of color, you need to know that every portion of the birthing process is important for the development of your baby's mind. Just because your baby can be birthed at 4 or 5 or 6 months and still live does not mean that's the best thing for your baby psychologically. Because a thing is possible doesn't mean it's the best thing to do. In the very last stages of birth are when some of the most drastic, dramatic, life-changing events made for the future development and trajectory of your baby's development, intelligence, and stability made. And the last moments of labor when your baby is pressing to get out are when the baby is giving strength to its lungs, its upper respiratory system. That fight to get out is actually helping your baby. It's helping your baby. That process is there for a reason. The process is not just to give you a hard time. That birthing process actually helps the baby. Please, please, please do your research on this. And not on the internet where people can mold things to fit current systems and practices. Please, I invite you, I implore you to go to a library to get a book. I know that's difficult in COVID for some. But please seek out information from good sources. All information that's typed up that seems to be a good source may not be a great scientific source. What I want you all to look up are the final weeks of pregnancy. I find it such a normal now that everyone has their birth schedule. What I want to know is, what do you know that by scheduling your birth and taking your baby out before your baby is going through that full labor process is shortening your baby's mental development? Do you know that in the last few days before labor, your baby's brain makes the hugest, most substantial developments? Did you know that? Don't ever let a doctor tell you when your baby should be born. Your baby's going to tell you when the baby is finished. If the doctor tells you the baby's coming out and it needs to go put back in, excuse me, Dr. God, did you know exactly when that particular egg was fertilized? Because right now they're using timetables and they're telling people for a fact as to the exact time when that baby should be born. And people, use your common sense. Even by their own statistics, they are saying that cesarean sections are dramatically overused. Dramatically overused. Dramatically overused. They're saying it. Look it up. And do you know what also is being reported by their own community? Among the people who are getting the cesarean sections that they're doing this to, it's black women. You! They're taking out your babies and taking out your reproductive organs at the same time for a lot of you. They're cutting you up and they're making all kinds of excuses, but in the end game, they're saying half of the time it ain't even necessary. Most of the time, let me correct myself with their own scientific figures. Most of the time it's not necessary. So stop letting these doctors take your babies before the brain is finished. Stop letting them predict a date and then schedule it according to their convenience. Your baby shouldn't be born at the hospital scheduling convenience. Okay? You have your baby when it's time for your baby to be due. And you don't get a cesarean section for some frivolous reason. And most of the time, it's frivolous reasons. They tell you things, they use scare tactics. But the bottom line is, the reasons they're telling you, they have a reason for everyone to do it to you. They can't just say it's what we want to do. Please, women, stand your ground. These are your babies. These are their brains. This is their development. Do your research. Start reading about this stuff. And stop getting these scheduled deliveries, getting your babies taken. Stop doing it. Let your baby go through the whole process until the baby's ready to come out. You're doing a disservice to the first human being that you've been obligated to take care of, the life that God is giving you to take care of. This is your God-given responsibility. I need you to stand up. I need you to be soldiers for your children. I need you to be soldiers for your own reproductive systems. I don't want to say it's a war out here. I don't want to use those words. But there are facts. 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 All around. Look all around you. They're telling you what's happening to you. But when it happens to you individually, you're putting your heads in the sands. You do have to stand up. It may be overwhelming, but you can do it. Go to another doctor if you need to, if you can't. Okay? Come check me out. Join me on my page, wisdominthestreets.org, wisdominthestreets.com.